Hi, I'm Alex Guns, the fund manager of the Heptagon Future Trends equity fund, and I'm here today to talk to you about warehouses. Now, I appreciate that warehouses is probably not the most interesting or exciting of topics, but please do listen on. To our mind, warehouses are the unsung heroes of the modern world. They are also the subject of our most recent piece of thematic work. Warehouses are absolutely huge, not just in terms of size, but in terms of the overall market. Latest figures we've seen would suggest that the market globally is worth about $300 billion, and it's growing at double the rate of GDP. Now, if you ask the question why, the answer is really very simple. It's a function of two things. Number one is consumer demand, and number two is supply chain resilience. Or think about it like this: warehouse growth is really being driven by revenue generation and by risk mitigation. If we take the demand side first of all, it's really very simple. It's a combination essentially of technology and supply chain resilience. When you think about technology, look at it like this. Every single consumer now wants choice and convenience. You want a very wide range of items and you want them now. So what that basically means is that warehouses need to be much bigger than they ever were before. In the physical world, you're constrained by what's available in a store. In the online world, to use Jeff Bezos' famous expression, there's an infinite shelf. Then you think about the next level. When goods go out to a store, typically they go out on a pallet. When they're going out to a consumer, they're going out in packets. That requires more space. And then think about every single occasion when you've received an item you don't necessarily want. You end up returning it. So you need goods in, goods out, and that implies that in an online world, warehouses need to be about 3 times bigger than they are in a physical world. And then you think about the other element of the story, supply chain resilience. We all have those memories of early lockdown days when it was impossible to get certain things, and the paradigm, we think, has changed really within the world of warehouses, retail and logistics. Historically, it was all about just in time. Now it's all about just in case. So that's the demand side. Then let's think about the supply side. And really, as with any form of property, it's all about location. We are essentially very supply constrained, and that's really evidenced by low vacancy rates. Even given where we are in the economic cycle, vacancy rates in most regions are unlikely to be much higher than 5%. So when we think about the future of warehouses, we think they need to evolve. And what we mean by evolution is the following. We think they're going to need to be taller, greener and more sustainable. And then when you think about what happens inside warehouses, in order to make them better, they need to be more automated. So expect more robots, more drones, more AI. And then when you try and draw it all together and you think about the investing landscape, we think it's an exceptionally interesting and exciting area. When you look at the returns that are available from warehouse real estate, they have, at least historically, been vastly superior to other forms of real estate. And what we also have tried to do when we think about the opportunity is to look more broadly. So above and beyond thinking about warehouse owners such as Prologis, we think second derivative businesses like GXO Logistics. This is a company that does effectively contract logistics or outsourced logistics for retailers, could be poised to benefit very clearly from this warehouse theme. So thank you everyone for listening. We think the future for warehouses, for the warehouse industry overall, is actually looking very bright. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out either to me or to your representative at Heptagon Capital, and thank you so much for listening.